What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Cryptocurrency regulation. It's going to happen. There's no way we're going to stop it. We're not going to have a multi-trillion-dollar market without the government regulating it. And I, for one, actually welcome it. If it's going to happen, then let it happen. It's going to separate, as they say, the wheat from the chaff, the good projects from the bad projects. And if you've invested wisely and you've done your research, then, in my opinion, you should also welcome cryptocurrency regulation. It's going to take the projects that are giving the market a bad name and taking money away from good projects in the market and get rid of them. Separate them. Like I said, separating the wheat from the chaff. We're going to read this from time.com. It's got a lot of really good points to it. 4 things you can do now to prepare your crypto investments for future regulation. Nicole DeCiso, the founder of Crypto Consults, which is a digital currency consulting service in Vancouver, Washington, said it well. The train is already left the station, she says. Rather than try to stop it, let's hope that it brings some benefit to the market. Yes, I think it will. There are going to be some growing pains. There are going to be some bumps and dips, but none of that is new in cryptocurrency. It has many bumps and many dips. And if you're investing in the cryptocurrency market, then you are, or at least you should start to get used to many dips, many downsides. Well, breeze over them. Don't think about them. Don't invest more than you're comfortable losing, because that way you can survive the dips. If you're sweating the dips, you're never going to survive the dips. And if you never survive the dips, how can you expect to see the gains on the other side of the dips? How crypto regulation could affect investors? Well, truth be told, we just don't know, because we don't know what's going to be in any kind of bills or recommendations or anything of the sort. We don't know. The average investor will be surprised, I'm sure. Market participants may not feel very many changes once the dust settles, says Marco Santori, the chief legal officer at digital cryptocurrency exchange Kraken. We just don't know. Everything is kind of up in the air. But no matter what regulation might look like in the future, there are 4 things that experts say crypto investors should know to be ready for it. 1, and I have said it many, many times, stick to your investing strategy. Sticking to your strategy is likely the best course of action no matter what is happening in the market, in the news, in the world, in your mind, in your brain, in your dreams. It doesn't matter. Here is my recommendation. You sit down in a time when you have a clear head and no distractions, and you write. Yes, I mean old school write with like a pen and a piece of paper your plan. And I'm not talking about a week, a month, a year. I have personally a 25-year written plan written out. So that way it's in front of me, because I'm lazy. I'm not very bright sometimes. I'm impulsive. And if you stick to your plan and you make yourself stick to your plan, you're generally going to be okay, because emotions in the market, that will wreck you. Emotions in the market have no place. So you stick to your plan. Dollar cost average in. Buy on the same time every time, whether the market's up or down. And even when the market's down and you're looking at a sale and you're like, wow, I can spend more money than I normally do and get more while it's down. But don't. Spend the same amount. Don't change anything. Do you know what happens when the market crashes in my household? Nothing. I don't do anything. Do you know what happens when the market goes up? Nothing. I don't do anything different. Everything remains the same. Stick to your plan. Change is inevitable, and we are hopeful crypto investments will continue to provide opportunities investors might not otherwise have access to in traditional markets, says DeCiso. Still not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Keeping the faith during uncertain times, while risky, can position investors to maximize their stake in the game, while weeding out investors impacted by fear of the unknown. I like it when the roller coaster bumps. In my head, when the crypto markets go up and down, I envision people jumping on a roller coaster when it's going up. And then when it goes down and it bumps and it shakes people loose, they're falling off that roller coaster. But if you can hang on and you can remain on that roller coaster, then it becomes less scary and becomes more fun because, well, you've made your gains. You've taken your profit. Keep records. Always keep records. I know a lot of times people just don't, and I will tell you what, in the beginning, I didn't either, and I wish that I had. It is critical to keep records of your crypto transactions, as some investors may have corresponding tax liabilities, yes, and to tell you the truth, this is one of those few years since my tax-paying career, I guess. I was homeless, so I hadn't had to pay taxes for quite a long time. Once I started working and making money and making something of myself, in the beginning I got refunds, but I told myself I wanted to get to the position where Uncle Sam wanted a slice of my pie. And that's where it's been lately. I've been paying taxes. I don't get a refund generally. Now, the last couple years, I've actually gotten a refund. And keeping records has actually assisted in helping me actually get a refund this year rather than paying taxes. It's something interesting for me. Report income and gains on your taxes. Yes, do not try to cheat the IRS. They say getting audited is you're more likely to get struck by lightning. I don't believe that. They hired quite a few more tax experts in the government, and you do not want to risk it. The IRS wants records of any capital gains, so report them. Diversify and safeguard your holdings. Now, here is a interesting word, diversify. There is such a thing as being over-diversified. When I first started investing, I followed the advice of literally everybody. If there was a financial person and they spoke about finances in any way, shape, or form, there's a high chance I have watched them and compiled myself a little plan with all the experts. And yeah, diversification was one of those things that they all agreed on. So I was very, very, very heavily diversified. But the problem was my money was so spread out that I wasn't making any money. You have $1,000 and you spread it out and you're getting okay percentage gains, but your $1,000 are spread out so that way you have $5 here, $5 there, $5 here. Well, okay, a high percentage gain of $5 is still going to take you a lifetime to make any money on. So you diversify a little bit, maybe test the waters, but after that, de-diversify a little bit and get into the ones that you're solid about, not financial advice, obviously. So, regulation is absolutely incoming. There's no way that we're getting away with it. There's no way we're having a multi-trillion-dollar market without regulation. And we should welcome it. It should make the market more secure. While I don't agree necessarily with the motif operandi, the way that the Securities and Exchange Commission operates and the government operates, because it does appear quite a few times to be just a money grab, it's going to happen. It's the reality. There's nothing we can do to stop it. So we may as well embrace it and look at it and say, what is it going to do? Well, it's going to thin the market. It's going to make money go bottlenecked into other projects, because projects that are non-fundamental, I don't know what other words call them, bad projects, I guess, well, a lot of them are going to disappear. There'll be a lot of lawsuits. It's going to be crazy. But on the other end, on the other side, things should be bright. I thank you for your time. You guys are amazing. And if you've watched it to the end, wow, do you have patience? And that makes a good investor. Patience, patience, patience. Thank you. I'll see you guys on the next one.